Alright, y'all, this is the video that you've been waiting for. It's long anticipated, but it's here. This is me, this is your girl Monique. Anyway, social media sensation, just kidding, this is my first YouTube video, so don't judge me. Anyway, we are here to talk about my surgery. I am 9 days post-op right now, and I feel fucking great, dude. Like, fuck. I would never want to go back to day one because I thought I was dying. So, you know, I have a few close friends left in my life, and some family members that I'm really close to that knew what I was doing, because I wasn't really telling everybody because I don't feel like it's anybody's business. But when you in ICU and people hitting you up on your messages asking you, hey girl, what surgery did you have? Instead of being like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm praying for you. No, those not the messages I got. Sorry y'all, I'm recording this on Snapchat because I tried to do it through the YouTube camera and through my regular camera, and it was like really distorted. It was weird, so I'm hoping that I don't have the same problem here. Anyways, I'm 9 days post-op my surgery. I had a Roux-en-Y bypass. So yeah, I had weight loss surgery, and there's really nothing that I want to hear or I need to hear from anybody regarding their opinion on why I shouldn't have had it, because guess what, it's done. It took me a long time to decide if I was going to do this or not, so I don't really care about anybody's opinion. And if you guys know anything about me, you know that when I just make my mind up about something, it's done. So anyway, even prior to this shit, if I would have told people what I was doing, there's nobody that could convince me not to do this, because guess what? You have to have a very long, extensive workup before you can even do the surgery, including a psych evaluation, which, bitch, I passed with flying colors, honey. Anyway, yeah, so, like I said, I'm 9 days out. Today's the last day of my liquid diet, which I'm so thankful for, because I haven't had anything solid. I haven't chewed any food since August 13th. So, yeah, anyway, a little update. I'm 26 pounds down in like 3 weeks, I would say. Yeah, something like that. Since August 14th, I've been doing the liver reduction diet. So I'm 26 pounds down. And a lot of people are wondering, why didn't I announce it? It's not really for everybody to know. I didn't need to let everybody know. I don't even need to be making this video to explain anything. But when I am in the hospital in intensive care, barely gaining my consciousness back after I stopped breathing on the fucking operating table, I had like 10 or 15 messages between Snapchat and Instagram and Facebook, with people asking me what kind of surgery did I have. Instead of being like, hey girl, I saw you're in the hospital, I'm sending you good vibes, I'm sending you some prayers. Nah, it was like, I'm sending you I want some gossip type shit. I had people straight up say, hey girl, what surgery are you having? Okay. Yeah, what if I fucking got in a car accident and I'm having surgery? What if I fucking found out I have a tumor and I'm having surgery? Like, people are so bold and they feel entitled to know everything. But anyways, I had my surgery August 28th on my mom's birthday. I was really sad that I wasn't able to go and, you know, celebrate with my mom's, but I will make it up to her. But yeah, I did a huge workup for like the first 7 months, or 7 months prior to having the surgery. So you can't just walk into a clinic and be like, hey, I want weight loss surgery. That doesn't work that way. People might think that it does, but this is a really, my bad, this shit gonna keep cutting off. But anyway, you have to do a really extensive workup before you have the surgery, especially depending on your insurance. And I had some hiccup with my insurance, but it all was fine and dandy in the end. So I went to this seminar because one of my friends had the surgery and was very open about it with me, which I really appreciate, and I'm so thankful for her throughout this entire journey. She's been like my motherfucking rock. I got a couple friends, actually. I ain't gonna say no names because it's not my business. It's not nobody else's business. It's their business, and they have just been angels for me during this time. But I went to a seminar. So like anybody else, I called and I was like, hey, I want to have weight loss surgery, and they were like, no, honey boo boo, you gotta come to seminars, you gotta do testing, you gotta do classes, all kinds of stuff. So it's not very easy to go and just have this surgery. It's not something that you can just decide overnight either. So I called and they made me an appointment. They actually had a seminar available the next day, so I went right after work, and I walked in. I was so embarrassed. I didn't want anybody to see me. I didn't want anybody to know that I was thinking about doing this, because people are so judgmental when it has nothing to do with them, and that's just the way people are. So I walk in, and there's probably like 100 people in there, which it was either the people who were considering surgery, or or their supporters, pretty much. So honestly, it was a bunch of really, 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 really overweight people, and I was the smallest person there, and I was like, should I even be here? Like, what am I doing? And I just kind of went through it. The seminar was like an hour long or so, maybe 2 hours, I don't remember. It was long. And so the doctor is just kind of going over the procedure and why people have it and what can happen if you do it. So Dr. Billy was actually just kind of saying people who have this, and this, and this, and this can benefit from the surgery, because it's obviously not going to cure some health problems, but if you're taking 20 to 30 medications a day, you'll probably take 2 to 3 medications a day after you do this and complete everything as you should. So he was, I was like, man, I don't have any of those problems. What am I doing in here? All I have is PCOS, low blood sugar problems, and I'm pre-diabetic, and then I have some like acid reflux. So I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I should just leave, But then he started talking about those things, and I was like, okay, let me listen a little more. And the one thing that kind of got me, besides saying that I could get rid of all those problems, is that he said this surgery will help you with fertility, and I'm trying to have a baby. So anybody who knows me knows that the one thing I want more than anything in life now and for the last couple years is to have a baby with my wife. And I haven't had fertility problems. I have 2 kids and they were perfectly fine. But I haven't tried to have a baby now that I'm older. And obviously I'm going to have to, find a sperm donor and all that stuff. And I know it's complicated for a lot of people. So just the fact that having this surgery was going to help me get rid of all of the things that I'm dealing with and boost my fertility was a major plus for me, because honestly, I could go and try to have a baby now. What if I get pregnant at this weight and being unhealthy? I'm definitely going to be a diabetic, while I'm pregnant, and probably gain a lot more weight. So why not, do this, lose weight, get really healthy, and then try to get pregnant when I'm super healthy, because I'm 32 years old and it doesn't get any easier to have a baby the older I am. So yeah, anyways, everything was a plus for me. And before I told them how much I weighed, they didn't weigh me. They didn't ask me any of that stuff. They made me do a 12-page questionnaire. And it wasn't like, do you have diabetes? Are you this? Are you that? Like, yeah, those questions were on there, but they had some really weird questions. And I'm like, why are they asking me this? Like, do your feet swell? Is your voice raspy or hoarse? Do you have trouble sleeping at night? Like, just really weird questions. But in the end, it all made sense. I was like, yeah, that's weird that they're asking me about my voice being hoarse. It's been really hoarse for the last 9 months, super hoarse. And usually that only happened when I drank some Hennessy, it's like that dark liquor make you start acting funny. So I finished the questionnaire, and before we weighed me or asked any other questions, the nurse who did my evaluation, she kind of pinpointed something very specific. So she looked at me before we hit the scale and was like, so just by looking at you, I can tell that you probably weigh between 230 and 250, 240, something like that. And with all, the things that you've answered in your questionnaire about your health and how you try to exercise, your exercising and the way that you eat, you've probably only succeeded with losing about 27 to 30 pounds in the entire time. And then you stall out and the weight comes back. And I was like, how you know though? How you know though? I didn't even tell you how you know. So I was like, yeah, that's spot on. I think I was 245 at the time. I know, I'm 5'3", 245 pounds. No, that's twice what I should be. So I was like, what? So what does that mean? She pretty much confirmed that with all the stuff I have going on, I wasn't going to be able to do it on my own. So after I heard that, I went home And I told Ashley everything. I was like, I'm tripping. Like, how does she know all this stuff? And I was just like, I didn't think that you could, like, medically or genetically have a problem losing weight or keeping the weight off. But the things that I have going on, they all, you know, they kind of go hand in hand. And I wasn't going to be able to successfully do this on my own. So I'm glad I went. It took me a long time to decide. One day I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I'm doing it. I don't care, I'm doing it. And since then, I was there. Nobody could tell me anything. It didn't matter who it was. Nobody tried to convince me. You know, people, at least people who are important, didn't try to tell me not to do it. They were like, if this is what you want to do and it's gonna make you healthy, then do it. And I was like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? So here I go. You have to start with, you have to have a psych evaluation. You have to do blood work. You have to do a bunch of different labs. Some like endoscopy shit. You have to do, you know, they check for everything. And honestly, the doctor was like, yeah, we check you know, to see if you have reflux, if you have gallbladder problems, if you have a hernia, if you have certain things. And I was like, what does it matter? You know, do you guys treat it before? And he goes, oh yeah, we'll treat it before and after, but we can fix all these things while we're in there. I was like, I done had heartburn real bad because I have ulcers. So, yeah, that was another plus on the list. So I did all my stuff, lost my insurance coverage right when it was getting juicy. So now I have to freaking go and pick an insurance plan from work. And now I'm paying for my insurance. And now my surgery is going to cost $6,000. I'm freaking out. I was like, I'm not going to do it. I can't afford $6,000, you know? So anyway, the lady that's in the billing department decided, you know, we'll do this. We'll figure out some type of payment plan for you. Just give us whatever you can. Just keep going. And I was like, all right, I'm going to keep going. So I did all my workup. Fast forward, after all that shit was done, I did a 14-day liver reduction diet. So for the 14 days before I had my surgery, I wasn't allowed to eat anything. I was on liquids only. So I was drinking water, protein shakes, clear broth, and Jello. That was it. I lost a pound a day during that cleanse, which is crazy because they said some people can lose like 10 to 15 pounds. Some people don't lose anything. When I went to have my surgery, they said that you can either have 4 or 5 incisions depending on how good you did during the liver reduction diet. Apparently your girl is just a bad bitch because my liver was like this. It was a tiny little shrunken little prune and I only had to have 4 incisions. So I was told that depending on how good you do the liver reduction diet, they'll either do 4 or 5 incisions. The 5th one is kind of like a sling for your liver to get it out of the way so that they can successfully get to the stomach and the intestines and all that shit that they needed to do. I'm thinking with my luck, because I have the worst luck in the world, and if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. I really hope that changes now. But anyway, I only had to do the 4 incisions because yo girl successfully did this liquid diet. I didn't cheat. My liver was a tiny little prune, and they were able to just do it. But I stopped breathing on the operating table because apparently I have sleep apnea. I didn't know that. I did a sleep study and they told me I only had 12 apneas, so that's normal. I said, bitch, I stopped breathing 12 times in one night, and that's normal. But anyway, they had to rush me to ICU and put me on machines and all kinds of stuff. That's a whole nother story. So I'm in ICU and I'm waking up and this pain that I was having. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. And I had a C-section with my son, like I said. I would do this 10 times before I ever do that again. And I probably already said that, but fuck it. I just want y'all to know how fucking hard this pain was. So I'm sitting there recovering. I was at St. John's Hospital, worst hospital in the world. At first I was like, let me give him a chance. You know, I know people come here and then they leave in body bags or whatever. So I might as well have left in a body bag with the way that I was treated at that hospital. But that's another story. So yeah, if y'all want to hear that story, let a bitch know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my story. I don't know what else to say. I'm still in some pain. I'm recovering. I'm doing really good. I'm moving along as I should. So now that the cat is out the bag, if y'all have any questions, since people just want to ask questions when it's really inappropriate, I am awake, I am alert, I am oriented, and I can answer your questions. If you had it, or you know somebody who had it and you got some tips for me, holla at me, help me out, because I'm still learning. And if there's something that I should avoid, or some some ways to make it easier, I would love to know. And also, if you're thinking about doing it, if you have questions, let me know, man. I'm an open book. I'm here to help. I got love for those who love me. So, and even if you don't, you're gonna learn to love me, because I'm that bitch. Yes, I am. And guess what? I'm about to be that skinny bitch too. Momo out.